Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnetqueentarot, where we are inspired to rise. Hello, Cancer family. How are you guys doing today? I hope all is well. Well, before we get started, we got to practice our breathing. I'm a big breathing person. Come on now. You got to be with me here. It helps relieve some tension. 2 times. Inhale, exhale. Let's do this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Whew, shake it off. Spirit, speak to us on behalf of our cancers. Let us practice our breathing technique. Reveal any messages. Ooh, cancers, how have you guys been doing? Talk to me. Talk to me. Share with me. Let me know what's up. Let's see what's going on. I'm trying to move on, but the thoughts of you still consume me. I can't control them. This is love overboard, I'm telling you. It's like everybody's being honest. If we would be honest with each other in relationships, I think things would be so much different. You don't give the recognition as needed, and Cancer's communication is something you're still learning to work through. I try to distance myself with distractions, but life has been pretty empty without you. I'm trying to do extra work, trying to pretend that you're not thinking about somebody when you are. It's like if you would just communicate and let people know their shortcomings, their lackings, your shortcomings, your lackings. I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time, and it is backfiring. I am not happy without you. See what I'm saying? It's backfiring. It's backfiring because you might be get blocked, given the silent treatment, and that's not what you meant. But you couldn't speak and spit out the words. I miss your beautiful smile. I took it for granted because it used to light up my world. Oh, that is so sweet. Cancers, a lot of things that trigger you, bother you, anything, you don't always share it with people, especially when somebody captures your heart. You leave it in the air, like whatever, and then you act like you don't care, even though you know you do. I feel left out in the cold without you in my life. You were my home, and now I am out. See, those are feelings. You know how nice it is for somebody to hear those words coming out of somebody they care about? But you holding on to those words for yourself does what for them? They don't know how you feel. I have awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond that is inseparable. That is inseparable. A timeless bond that's not communicated to the other person. How does that really work? I want to know, how does that really work? The person that you're with right now, or the person that you're missing right now, how do they know that you care about them? If these feelings are innate inside of you and you're not sharing it with that person that you're feeling this way about, how are they supposed to recognize that this is real? That you're just not there existing, but not really looking at them as somebody long-term or serious. I just want to know, because there's so many assumptions that are made where you expect people to know certain things, and then when you find out they didn't know, because you didn't say anything, then you're devastated, they're devastated, and that's the end of it. No, we're changing the tables today. Today is a new day. Today is a day that you're going to share your feelings out loud. I prefer you write it and give it to them than hold on to it and not say a word. You have to communicate better. This is the lacking of a lot of relationships, and you're no exception. Communication is the key. Well, I thought, don't think, don't assume. You know, growing up, my father would say to us, you know, I love my dad. My father would say to us, he said, you know, we might say, don't assume, right? Make a butt out of you and me, right? But you practice this a lot because you assume that the other person is knowing how you're feeling, even though you haven't said it to them. You feel they should know. You feel they should know. My dad used to joke all the time, and he used to tell us a story. He said, there was a man that thought he was in the bathroom on the toilet. Must have been dreaming or something. So he ended up peeing on the bed. Okay? He says, don't assume anything. Don't just think about it. Oh, I thought. Don't just thought. No. There's a big difference between thinking something and knowing something. Okay? When you know something, somebody can't sway that from you because you know. I know he loves me. How do you know that? Because he told me so. I thought he loved me. Why? I just thought it. Big difference between thinking something and knowing something. No. I thought I was in the bathroom and you end up pooping on the bed or peeing on the bed. So don't assume. Don't just, I thought. No. No. You have to know. And a person wants to know. If you're wasting your time with someone and you keep going through the motions, but you're not saying anything, how do they know? You say, well, actions speak louder than words. People want to hear it too. People want to hear that you care. People want to know your feelings, not assume. Well, I assumed she loved me. I assumed he was into me. What's the key word there? Those are assumptions because you're not sure. You're assuming. You have to be able to communicate with someone if you care about them. I don't say you have to say it 1,000,000 times, but acknowledge it. Let them know. You know I love you, right? You know I like you, right? You know I care about you, right? You don't have to go into depth and details. You're not getting married today. But you have to make sure that that other person, you convey the feelings to them to let them know, hey, you're not wasting your time with me. I'm feeling you. I'm into this. We belong together. Let's keep moving forward. People want to hear what it is you envision about them, where you see them in your life. Because then, look, you wouldn't feel like, I feel left out in the cold without you in my life. You put yourself in the cold because you wouldn't communicate your truth. You were my home, and now I am out. You were my home. You were where I felt comfortable. Other person wants to feel that way too, knowing that, hey, we on the same page. We're thinking alike. We're moving forward together. They don't want to be assuming and not really know, because there's an uneasiness. It's like you're out of your comfort zone, and you're feeling, I'm feeling this person, but I don't know if they feeling me. Who wants to go in a relationship where you don't know the viewpoint or the lens the other person is looking through? You want to know that we're looking through the same window. We may see things a little differently, but our feelings for each other is clear. There's no assumptions there. And what do you miss? I miss the joy you bring in my life. I miss that beautiful smile you possess. I took it for granted. How many people have felt like they were being taken for granted in a relationship? Lack of what? Lack of communication. You light up their world. They light up yours. But even if one side says it, it's not confirmation from the other side. You're left floating. You don't know what's real, what's not real. You don't know if you're making assumptions. Communication is key. That could be a universal language to people, because Therefore, it eliminates the discontent of not knowing something. When people are in relationships and they're not knowing the truth or knowing the true feelings or communicating, they feel like they're left out on the edge, on a limb, with assumptions, and they don't want to rock the boat because they made the wrong assumption, but they want to hear the words. They want to hear the words, and you're not saying the words. In your mind, you're hearing all these thoughts going back and forth, but the person that needs to hear these thoughts is not included in the conversation. Stop holding back who you are. Move forward and recognize people for who they are and what they want. The same treatment you want, they want. Well, I do nice things for them. Does that mean you love them because you do nice things for them? I do nice things for my kids. I love them, but I also tell them. I tell them when I love them. I tell them when they get on my nerves. Communication is key. And this is a big lacking in your relationships. You don't share your true feelings. I know you're trying to protect your heart. A lot of times people do that when they've been hurt previously. And I know that you have, because you turn into yourself. And you tune into yourself. Because everything flips. And it's all in you. But you're not exhibiting to someone else, expressing how you feel. For them to know, they have to ask you, do you love me? Do you care about me? Do I float your boat? Sometimes just that word of encouragement, of love, that communication could change everything. Take the time to speak up and let people know that they matter to you, that you care about them, that you're thinking about them, and you hold them dear. Let's see what's going on here. Because you're going to lose out on this relationship if you don't open up and let that person know how you're feeling. The way I have you was wrong. Yeah, without that communication. I long for your kiss. Don't wait for me, please. The heat between us is intense. It can be, and it could be long term. If you don't feel for me, don't wait for me. I long for you. I want to kiss you. The way I did things, the way I have you was wrong. I should have been able to communicate my feelings, my true feelings to you without hesitation. This ruins a lot of relationships. Lack of communication. Lack of expressing your true feelings. And if you have it in your mind that there's a chance that you can be with this person, it starts with you opening your mouth and saying something. Let them know. Let them know. Because you end up hurting yourself and them by not being honest. If you want to let it go, let it go. But any relationship you're in with anybody you're in, even if they know you, they still want to hear how you feel. Take the time, put your pride aside, put that fear aside of being hurt. Open up your mouth, share your feelings, and build from that point on. But remember, you don't want assumptions out there. You want a reality check. How do you feel about me? This is how I feel about you. And go from there. Communication is the key to understanding, and it gives that clarity that's needed, whereas people are not on the edge trying to figure things out because lack of communication. Garnetqueentarot, where we're inspired to rise and be our best selves. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for taking the time to share your message with us. You got this. Communicate. It's better that you're hurt now than you get deeper down inside and then you get hurt then. Be honest with each other up front. You start the conversation. Take care. Talk soon.